Bethesda is a childcare ministry that specializes in family childcare in the Hammanskraal area in Pretoria. Our vision is local churches meeting the needs of orphans in order that they may become disciples of Christ.
Many of our children come from broken homes. Many of our children have been abandoned, left on rubbish heaps. Many of our children were starving before they came here. We had a family group of 5 that hadn't eaten for 4 days before they came.
Post-94 and the ravages of AIDS has caused a tremendous need for care of orphans and people who have been impacted through the pandemic that has spread across Africa in many parts.
Bethesda currently provides monthly continuing education for those involved in orphan care, as well as reaching out into local churches by conducting conferences and seminars over the weekends.
I came to South Africa to work with Bethesda out of a desire to care for orphans and vulnerable children. There's a very special place in God's heart for those who cannot defend themselves, for those who are vulnerable, those who don't have anybody else to care for them.
Some have not experienced what the family looks like. So we want to rebuild that, what went missing.
You have to think, this orphan child, this vulnerable child, what can I do to help this child become a better person in future?
I can say is this ministry that is well organized, caring and loving.
So we just don't raise children, we are raising them to be the future disciples of Christ.
Today we've got a number of homes that are caring for orphans. We've got a school that is providing care, but that's not the real excitement. And what excites me is that we are reaching into churches and sharing the ministry and the vision of orphan care so that other people can become excited.
The community we minister in is in a very poor community. Most children in this area would normally go to schools that are under-equipped and education standards are very, very low.
We also get Christ involved in everything that we do. We want to depict Christ in everything, even in our classrooms.
The teachers, they are excellent, I would say. They are outstanding too. They teach who God is. How can a child display godly life to others?
We are working with children who come from broken backgrounds, broken families, and who live in a broken world. Therefore, we need to continuously ask God's wisdom, how to be able to work with these children, and also to pray for them and intercede for them so that God can change their hearts.
Each child is unique. Each child is very different from another child. That to me is really, really interesting, especially when it comes to introducing them to Christ.
So I'm motivated to say, let me continue, do the work, because I'm not alone. I'm working with the father of the fatherless. So I don't think he can leave me or abandon me. So it gives me courage to move on, to take care of them and to continue to love them.
Psalm 127 verse 3, it speaks about children being a blessing. We are living with the blessing in our hands.
In the end, we are just the instruments serving here, but God is the one who's doing the work inside them, changing their behavior and their hearts.
God gave me these children, so I'm blessed.
We simply are trying to show Christ into the communities, that Christ is love, He cares for them, He can rescue them, and Christ can provide that peace that comes even in spite of circumstance. And that is really the key message.
I think I can say just thank you to those people who are supporting this ministry. They motivate me to do more as a South African because they've come to support us. So as a South African, I am motivated always